Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. A major rehabilitation of Southwoods Apartments on Columbus Street is underway. The property consists of 59 affordable studio homes. In addition to other funding sources, the City of Greensboro is investing more than $2 million of American Rescue Act funds through a 0% interest loan. The Southwoods project was approved by the Greensboro City Council in October 2022 and authorized for contracting in May of this year. The rehab is expected to be completed by the end of next year. Occupancy is limited to households earning less than 50% of area median income. Rent will be $485 per month for each unit. The rehab activity will be certified under the National Association of Home Builders National Green Building Standard and Federal Energy Star programs. The rehabilitation of Southwoods will enable the property to provide much-needed affordable housing at an increased level of energy efficiency, resulting in lower utility and maintenance costs. The city funded the initial construction of Southwoods back in 1997. The Housing and Neighborhood Development Department will work with the developer to perform inspections, coordinate with other funding sources, and ensure compliance with city funding requirements. The Greensboro Housing and Neighborhood Development Department wants to capture your feedback about how the city responded to housing and community development needs in the previous fiscal year. The public is invited to review the city's draft Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, also known as CAPER for short. The report will be available for review until Thursday, September 21st. There are a couple of ways to share public comments about the report. Attend a public hearing with the Planning and Zoning Commission at 5:30 p.m. on Monday, September 18th. The commission meets in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. Comments can also be shared over the phone by calling 336-373-4636. The deadline to submit comments is 11:59 p.m. Thursday, September 21st. The CAPER is the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's program review report that is required for funding purposes. The city's Housing and Neighborhood Development Department administers these funds. Anyone requiring an interpreter or other special needs in order to participate in the public process can contact the Housing and Neighborhood Development Department at 336-373-2349. First-year Guilford Metro 911 employee Karina Hunt is the recipient of the Teammates in Action Award presented by the Association of Public Safety Communications Officials. Karina exhibited extraordinary courage and composure during a critical emergency call from an 11-year-old who reported his mother was unconscious. The caller and his 8-year-old sibling were distraught as their mother was not breathing. Karina maintained her composure, calmly instructing the 11-year-old and skillfully guiding him to assess the patient's breathing, at which time the child advised his mother had a hole in her throat, also known as a stoma. Sensing the urgency of the situation, Karina was able to get the youngster to listen and focus on her commands. She helped the boy perform CPR on his mother as help was on the way. Karina heard the sirens in the background and directed the child to have his sibling open the door. Her guidance and reassurance were instrumental in keeping the child focused until emergency responders arrived on the scene. The first responders were ultimately able to revive their mother. She continued to breathe on her own while being transported to the hospital. Karina Hunt's ability to coach the 11-year-old through CPR likely saved his mother's life. Congratulations on her recognition from APCO International. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
When someone collapses from sudden cardiac arrest in front of you, you call 911, but then what? Hi, my name's Amanda Hall. I'm a registered nurse here at Cone Health Heart and Vascular Center. Today, I want to teach you how to perform hands-only CPR, the importance of it, and how you can help save a life. Hands-only CPR is CPR without mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. It's only for teens and adults. You would do hands-only CPR on anyone that collapses in front of you and is not breathing normally. And now to learn hands-only CPR. A person collapsed in front of you. They're not breathing normally and they're unresponsive. Are you okay? Are you okay? The first thing you want to do is call 911. If you're calling from a cell phone, it may be helpful to put it on speaker where the dispatcher can hear you and you can hear her as you continue to work. The dispatcher will give you detailed instructions, so don't worry. If the patient is not on a hard surface, you want to move them to the floor. You want to interlock your hands, place the heel in the center of their chest, and start compressions, fast and hard. You will continue to do hands-only CPR until someone comes to relieve you, help arrives, or until you just physically cannot do CPR any longer. Remember, any help is better than no help at all. Hands-only CPR will greatly increase their chance of survival. 70% of all cardiac arrest will happen in a person's home. Only half of those people will receive CPR. Hands-only CPR can double or triple their chances of survival. Sudden cardiac arrest is an electrical malfunction of the heart. It doesn't allow blood and oxygen to go to the organs that are needed within the body. Hands-only CPR can effectively move that blood and oxygen to those body parts. Thanks for joining me today and learning hands-only CPR. When someone collapses in front of you, it can be a very stressful situation. Remember, call 911 and start compressions. Hands-only CPR will increase their chances of survival. For more information on heart health, go to conehealth.com/heart. I'm Amanda Hall.
The Grow Residency has a new artist on the scene who has been drawing since the age of 6, and the Harlem Globetrotters are coming to town. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Multidisciplinary artist Tuari Walker is being featured at the Greensboro Residency for Original Works today through October 22nd. During the Grow Residency, Walker will host free lectures on artistic skills, creative entrepreneurship, visual art brainstorming, creation and collaboration, hands-on artistic skill building workshops, and artwork review and critique. Walker will also invite participants to contribute to a community art piece during his community sessions on Wednesdays. All workshops are open to the public. Walker's residency will start with an open reception from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday, September 18th at the Greensboro Cultural Center. Walker, known as Micah the Artiste, is a fine artist, content creator, and community artist. He has contributed to 15 public art installations in Greensboro and High Point over the last 10 years, including the mural at Peeler Recreation Center with lead artist James Raleigh Jr. Walker is a Greensboro native and has been drawing since the age of 6. He creates abstract mixed media self-portraits with multi-layered stories of trials and tribulations, addressing the many intersectionalities of life. The Greensboro Cultural Center is located at 200 North Davie Street. To learn more about the Grow Residency, visit the city's website. Get ready for a slam dunk extravaganza as the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters make their triumphant return to the Greensboro Coliseum. This is your chance to witness the record-breaking stars of basketball in living color as they bring an unforgettable blend of dribbling, spinning, and dunking to the court. Don't miss the chance to see Hammer, TNT, Bulldog, Cheese, Torch, Hot Shot, Jet, Wham, and Thunder, just to name a few, as they run circles around the Washington Generals and hype up the crowd. This action takes place at 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th. Die-hard fans can score the best seats by visiting the Globetrotters website to purchase tickets beginning on Monday, September 25th. Fans will have the opportunity to take home an official Spalding Harlem Globetrotters basketball or get their hands on the newly designed Harlem Globetrotters Marble Series ball on game day. Unrivaled fan engagement continues with pre-game offerings such as the Magic Pass, post-game access, and more in-game fan interactions than ever before. You might even find yourself mid-court as part of the all-new fan-filled halftime skills showcase. Tickets are likely to sell out quickly. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department, in partnership with the Greensboro Parks Foundation, is hosting the 14th annual Downtown Greenway Run and Block Party. The fun will take place from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, September 23rd in Lo-Fi Park. Online registration is open for the 1-mile fun run, walk, and stroll, which is $30, and a 5K timed race, which is $40 per person. There is a discounted rate for kids. Proceeds support downtown Greenway operations and community programs. People of all ages, as well as dogs, are welcome to participate in either event. Participants will receive an official event t-shirt, post-run refreshments from hospitality sponsor Deep Roots Market, and 2 drink tickets from beverage sponsor Joymongers Brewing Company. The community is invited to enjoy the block party featuring a DJ, food trucks, tailgate-style games, children's activities, vendor booths, and prize drawings. The Downtown Greenway Run and Block Party is made possible by the City of Greensboro and a host of community sponsors. Learn more about the Downtown Greenway by visiting the site downtowngreenway.org. The Greensboro-Guilford Courthouse National Military Park is one of the best-kept secrets in Greensboro. Coming up after the break, we'll take a tour and meet the new superintendent of the park. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Strategic plans are underway for the facility development at the Greensboro-Guilford Courthouse National Military Park. Joining me now to tell us about the planning process and other highlights is Aaron LaRocca. He is the new superintendent of the park. Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So glad you could join me. So tell us, what brought you to the Greensboro-Guilford Courthouse National Military Park?
Yeah, I came here about a year ago from my previous park, the George Washington Memorial Parkway outside of Washington, D.C. And the National Park Service is a nationwide organization, so I had the opportunity to look for my next opportunity,
here it is.
Here it is. And I was really looking for a kind of urban or suburban park. You know, the National Park Service has rural and sites that aren't in developed areas, but I was really looking for that urban park experience. And it also aligns with my subject matter expertise. My degree is in history. So it was a nice opportunity to come to the spot I wanted, aligned with my personal interests and matched up with career goals too.
And certainly much history to be had. Tell us a little bit about that and what the park offers our residents and visitors.
The park is 250 acres of beautiful green space. I would say a majority of our visitors are there for the recreational activities, hiking, walking, biking, walking your dog. It's a really lovely place to do that. The tree canopy keeps it very cool in the summertime, and soon the leaves will be changing and it'll be pretty in the fall too. So I encourage people to come out and recreate, and those people who are really interested in the Revolutionary War, in the Revolutionary War battle that happened there in March of 1781, we have something there for them too.
Fantastic. Great educational piece for parents to share with their kids. Now, I said earlier in the lead-in, strategic planning is underway, so this is a vast piece of property. You have facilities. What is the planning process? What does that entail?
Yeah, the last overarching planning effort for Guilford Courthouse National Military Park was published in 1997. And you can imagine how much Greensboro has changed and how much the park has changed in that time. So that doesn't really make modern management recommendations for me to implement. So I kicked off a planning effort called the Development Concept Plan that'll make recommendations for everything from the way we manage our buildings, the visitor center and some of our historic buildings. It'll make recommendations for visitor access, and visitor circulation. How do people come to the park? Once they're in the park, how do they get around the park? It also make recommendations for the treatment of our cultural landscape. How do we manage this place in 2023 and present it to you as it would have looked in 1781, which is our goal.
Okay, well that sounds exciting. Do you have a time frame in terms of when we're going to see a lot of this roll out?
So we just completed our first round of public engagement. We had over 100 responses with 400 individual comments in those 100 responses. So we're racking and stacking those comments now. Those comments will inform our preferred alternative, which is a phase needed for our National Environmental Policy Act compliance.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It does. It's very fun because it gives us another opportunity to engage with the public. So we'll have our preferred alternative and we'll share that preferred alternative with the public sometime in spring of 2024, and the public will give their opinion or their feedback on that preferred alternative.
Okay, well we will stay tuned. And before we go, you mentioned the ties the park has to history and just the whole Revolutionary War. Tell us about the Black Patriots bus and the significance to the park.
Yeah, I have to really shout out leadership within the city and some really key stakeholders for moving this forward. There are currently no monuments or memorials to the Black Patriots within Guilford Courthouse National Military Park. The mission of the Park Service is to preserve this place for future generations. And the way we do that is creating connections, either emotional or intellectual connections to the park. If I'm not able to reach the population, and over half the population of Greensboro is Black and brown people. So if there's nothing there for over half the people of the city that we're in, I'm really missing an opportunity to connect the park to those people and not creating a new generations of stewards and advocates for the place that'll help me meet the mission of the Park Service to preserve it for future generations.
Okay, so folks can visit the bus, look at the wrap, and it does all of what you just said. It gives tribute to our Black Patriots.
That's right. The 33 men of African descent who fought in the Battle of Guilford Courthouse that we've been able to identify so far. We continue to do research, continue to partner with stakeholders and other organizations to do that research to elevate the story of the Black Patriots.
Okay, well you're doing great work, and we appreciate you, Aaron, for stopping by to not only give us a showcase of the future planning process, but also just all the points of interest at the park. So do come back in the spring. We'd like to hear how your public engagement is going.
Thank you for that invitation. I'll take you up on it.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Water Resources Department is hosting a public interest meeting for those interested in learning about options for managing flooding within the North Buffalo Creek Drainage Basin. The meeting will take place from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Thursday, September 21st at Revolution Mill Colorworks Meeting Space. Doors open at 5 p.m. North Buffalo Creek is one of 4 watersheds within the Greensboro city limits. It is a highly developed, urbanized basin comprised of residential, public, and commercial properties. As with most urban streams, North Buffalo Creek is subject to flooding during heavy rain. The city recently initiated a study to determine potential opportunities that could exist to better manage flooding within the watershed. Staff explored several options based on feedback captured from previous community meetings. Mitigation options will be presented at this meeting for consideration, and staff is requesting feedback on those options. For more information about the study or to share historical events, visit the project website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some of the special events happening this weekend on the town. The Tony Award-winning production of Chicago, the musical, plays 8 shows at the Tanger Center September 19th through the 24th. This familiar tale of fame and fortune is packed with show-stopping songs and astonishing dancing. Tickets start at just $29. Get yours at the Tanger Center box office or online at tangercenter.com. The Professional Bull Riders Team Series makes its annual Greensboro Coliseum appearance September 22nd through the 24th, when the Carolina Cowboys host 3 nights of competition plus a free festival outside of the Coliseum. Fans can meet the riders and enjoy food trucks, music, and exhibitors. Tickets start at $20 per game. Get yours at the box office or online at greensborocoliseum.com. While there are bulls in the Coliseum, there will be dinosaurs next door in the Special Events Center. Jurassic Quest brings its herd of life-size animatronic dinosaurs for 3 showings September 22nd through the 24th. Your family will be amazed by this unique experience. Tickets start at $22 and are available at the box office or online at greensborocoliseum.com. The Greensboro History Museum's Bellmead Society hosts its annual fall program September 25th with remarks by local teacher Scott Kolklesher. The 2022 Voices of the City Award winner is also a guide at the Guilford Courthouse National Military Park. Tickets include dinner and cost $50. Get yours at greensborohistory.org. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is accepting applications for WISE, or Women in Science and Engineering. This year-long program introduces girls in middle school to STEM subjects in a fun and interactive way. The participants will meet in person from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. on the 3rd Wednesday of the month, beginning on October 18th. The group will also meet virtually from 5:15 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the 1st Wednesday of the month through August 2024. The cost is $60 and scholarships are available. Girls should be registered by Saturday, September 30th. Participants will build, create, and compete as they work together and independently to formulate ideas, record results, analyze outcomes, and present findings. Applications must include a letter of recommendation from a teacher. Applicants will be notified on October 6th if they have been accepted into the program. For more information about WISE, contact Tracy Poole at 336-373-7869. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO Shoutout. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO Shoutout. This week's shoutout goes to the J. Spencer Love Tennis Center. The United States Tennis Association has chosen the Tennis Center as one of 29 nationwide winners of its annual Outstanding Facility Awards. This recognizes excellence in construction and renovation of tennis facilities. The city's $1 million renovation and expansion included building 6 clay courts with new lighting and other facility improvements. Parks and Recreation will host a ribbon-cutting celebration on Friday, October 20th at 10 a.m. Recognized by the USTA Foundation as a national junior tennis and team program location with a total of 19 courts, Spencer Love is now the largest public clay court facility in North Carolina and among the top 10 largest in the South. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.